You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back, Rodriguez, for Black and White Sports 2. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson, and we're going to talk about Patrick Mahomes. Of course, yesterday the Chiefs did finish off the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they are going to the AFC Championship game. And today the Bengals play the Bills for a chance to go to Atlanta. That is burning to the ground right now. Yeah, Antifa is everywhere, running wild, because the police now have some better facilities, training facilities or something like that. Just a friendly reminder that Atlanta's got Democratic leadership. So, anyway, we got that out of the way. That's neither here nor there. Got anything to do with this video except the place where they might play the AFC Championship game. So, yesterday, Patrick Mahomes got hurt during the game, and he came out of the game for a while, went in the back, and in the second half, he came back, and he was obviously injured. We don't know exactly. We've heard ankle. I hope it's not a high ankle sprain. Far as we know, he has come out. He plans on playing in the AFC Championship game, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe for whoever has to play the Chiefs, and for full disclosure, I do consider the Chiefs to be the best team in football, at least offensively, and that's saying a lot because I'm a 49ers fan and I think their offense is badass, and I will say I think the Cowboys are about to find that out. So anyway, the topic of the last week, one of them on this channel has been Lamar Jackson. Now, people are swearing up and down, pro-Lamar Jackson, people are swearing up and down. Oh, listen to the Ravens, they're committed to giving Lamar a new contract, keeping him around. Lamar says his knee's been hurt. He chose to sit out the game versus the Bengals. Full disclosure, my belief set is that if Lamar plays, the Ravens win, and they are in right now. They would be, of course, in the position, and they would have moved on in the playoffs. Well, he didn't play, okay? And a lot of Ravens fans were upset about, for everybody that was upset about people going after him, there was just as many that were mad about him not playing. Michael Vick came out, been outspoken, and all of this is largely about Lamar getting a contract. Okay, so he wants the Deshaun Watson deal fully guaranteed. He's not going to get it. It's still my belief that Lamar may not be on this team come next year. And regardless of the 200% Lamar is supposed to be on the team, we will find out, okay? Does not have an agent, and I don't know how that's going to work out. So we've got a couple of things. Number one, Patrick Mahomes coming in injured in the second half of that game and leading his team to victory got Lamar Jackson absolutely blasted last night. Blasted for feeling like he was too injured and would not come back and play against the Bengals, but yet it was very obvious that Patrick Mahomes had a pretty rough injury and chose to come back in the playoffs when it counted. And by the way, he was very visibly combative on the sidelines to make sure he was not going to be left out of that game. In fact, he didn't even want them to examine him at first. He was on the sidelines. The cameras was watching. No way, no way. Nope, forget it. I'm not going back to the locker room. Okay, so let's get to this because we found out exactly what Lamar had been given as guaranteed money, the offer from the Ravens. That came out yesterday from Ryan Clark of ESPN. We went back and forth on First Take yesterday about Lamar's guaranteed money. Based on the source with knowledge of the negotiations, Lamar was initially offered $113 million in guarantees, and eventually it was raised to $133 million. That's in guarantees. That was the most Lamar was offered. Currently in the NFL, there are 6 quarterbacks who make more than $133 million guaranteed. 2 more, Matthew Stafford and Dak Prescott, are just under that number. The 6 north of it, I'm going to tell you, this looks like a terrible list right now. And it's probably part of the reason the Ravens are very hesitant to do this. The 6 north of Deshaun Watson, we know that shouldn't be happening. Kyler Murray, we know that shouldn't be happening. Russell Wilson, we know that shouldn't be happening. Aaron Rodgers, I think it is age. You could argue maybe that shouldn't be happening. And the only 2 that I can see that are valid and are no doubters for that kind of money are Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. I'm here to tell you, out of all the quarterbacks in the league, I got to say, I honestly think only Joe Burrow is the other guy that I would give that kind of money to. It certainly wouldn't be Lamar Jackson. It really wouldn't. So, because Lamar, we believe, and it's pretty obvious Sammy Watkins thought he could play. Pretty obvious John Harbaugh thought he could play against the Bengals. So, yesterday evening, as Patrick Mahomes is coming back in the game, Lamar Jackson got himself some backlash. Lamar Jackson, this is clutch points. When Kansas City Chiefs star Patrick Mahomes suffered an ankle injury during Saturday's divisional round showdown with the Jacksonville Jaguars, Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson caught some stray bullets and went viral. Jackson was on the receiving end of backlash as NFL fans couldn't help but compare him to Mahomes. To recall, Jackson decided to sit out their crucial wild-card game against the Cincinnati Bengals due to a bothersome knee injury. Okay, it was a PCL injury. An injury that, just generally speaking, doesn't take very many weeks to heal from. We're not talking about an MCL or ACL situation here. He has been widely criticized for it since Baltimore really needed his help, and in the end, the team lost. As for Mahomes, despite the ankle injury he got in the first quarter, he toughed it out, returned in the second half for the Chiefs. Quote, "You have to respect Mahomes' heart. His ankle's probably worse than Lamar Jackson's knee, but there was no chance he was going out of that game unless forced," one critic. A second Twitter user said, "Watching Mahomes playing his heart out on one leg really puts it into perspective on the Lamar Jackson situation." Yeah, and he came out when they brought him back in. He looked okay for about 3 or 4 plays. And then he took off and scrambled. Mahomes took off and scrambled, got a first down, got up, visibly limping pretty badly, stayed in the game. A third critic didn't hold back and said Patrick Mahomes is making Lamar Jackson look like a clown. Patrick Mahomes really makes Lamar Jackson look really bad. Here are other Lamar Jackson-related reactions to Patrick Mahomes' injury. Of course, this is Shannon. Yep, see the point? Yep, you see that? Playing in the game. Lamar Jackson, when seeing Patrick Mahomes playing with an injury. Let's just take a look. Yeah, Homer Simpson disappearing into the weeds. Back into the bushes. Oh, boy. I seem kind of small right now. And this is a guy rolling down. I think this is Mr. Bean. And let's play it. Yep. Mr. Bean coming down, wrapped in a body cast. Live look at Ravens Lamar Jackson watching the Chiefs Patrick Mahomes play through his ankle injury because it's the playoffs. Hashtag Ravens flock, Chiefs kingdom, NFL playoffs. While it's easy to see the argument of the critics, it's unfair for Lamar to be criticized like that. Why? I'd love to know why. Granted that his decision to set out rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including his teammates, The fact remains he is injured, and he is only thinking about his health, not to mention his future. Yeah, but the Lamar Jackson situation kind of proves a point I was trying to make when I did those two videos. I kept saying, if Lamar plays, you never know what's going to happen. Okay? And what I meant by that is, will you stand no chance against the Chiefs? I said, well, what happens if Patrick Mahomes and or Josh Allen get hurt during the playoffs, and all of a sudden your lane opens up to possibly make the Super Bowl? Well, here we are. Patrick Mahomes is hurt. He is gimpy now. And there may be some chink in the armor, and the Ravens had a good defense. If they would have beat the Bengals, you never know. And that's the point. It was the point that a lot of Ravens fans were trying to make, a lot of NFL fans were trying to make. And if people did not believe this was blatantly over a contract, and that's the thing, is it feels like it's tied to the fact that he does not have a new deal. The fact that he wants the Deshaun deal, when everybody's telling him, you're not getting the Deshaun deal, nobody is. It was considered a mistake. It's viewed as a mistake by all NFL owners. And I can tell you, there's probably collusion in the league right now between owners over Lamar. There's not supposed to be, but there is, because they've all agreed they're not giving that guaranteed contract anymore to anybody. All right? So Steve Bisciotti, mad that contract was given to Deshaun. Why? What he's dealing with right now. So, tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. Greg Roman, of course, is out. I don't quite understand that. I understand some Ravens fans can't stand him. But from a run scheme standpoint, from a running quarterback standpoint, and it's my understanding that Lamar might not have been big on Greg Roman. Why? He's the exact guy I would hire if I had a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, like Colin Kaepernick, one of these 50-50 run-to-throw guys. That would have been the guy I would have brought in. Maybe he'll find somebody better than that. Don't know who, you know. Kyle Shanahan's not taking that job, right? So maybe somebody from that tree could possibly take it. We don't know. They're interviewing Chad O'Shea. Okay. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you go over and check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. 25% off USA First. 25% off USA First. Go now.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.